Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE Starrcade 2019, which was broadcast live on December 1st, 2019. I watched this before I watched 205 Live because I knew that 205 would not inform anything that happened on this show, so that was totally fine. And also, I thought that I would be head to the airport right now. The original plan was that, but I decided I should stay home and get ready for the move, which is happening now in just about like 17 days, something like that. So it's probably a better idea to not be, out of the state for a lot of that. But anyway, not a lot of that, but every day counts, every hour counts, getting stuff packed up and all that kind of thing. But anyway, so because of that, I have 205 and Raw downloaded on Hulu. Those two shows you can download on Hulu, which is awesome. SmackDown you can't because it's from Fox, and that they have a different deal than these two USA shows. Because NXT you can also download, but I don't recommend watching NXT on Hulu because you have to wait till the next day anyway. I recommend watching it on the WWE Network because they don't edit it down. It's a lot better. Instead of it's just a 60-minute version on Hulu there. But anyway, before I talk about this episode, I want to talk very briefly about this new series of skits that have been on WWE Backstage. I don't know how they fit into the show in context because I haven't watched a full episode since I canceled all of my digital TV subscription deals. But Rachel Bonnetta. I'm not familiar with her other work, but she's a psychiatrist in these vignettes. And last week she had Adam Cole in there working some stuff out, and this week she had Kevin Owens in there, and they're both really, really funny. They're posted on the clips in their entirety are on at WWE on Fox. They just posted this one with Kevin Owens, and it's great. She is really funny. I need to see more of her stuff. I don't know what her other shows is. It says she hosts a TV show. I host a television show, she says, and I don't know what television show that is. But just from these, like this 4 minutes total I've seen of her, she's really great. So anyway, go check that out. All right, so we had three matches happen on this episode. We open up with the Kevin Owens show with special guest Ric Flair. They count down. They said a lot of stuff talking about the history of Starrcade and all that kind of thing, which is kind of cool. The production value of this show compared to Survivor Series the week before, huge contrasts. This is only an hour and 15-minute program. I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that happened before and after this went on the air. It looked like, from some of the shots, it looked like there was a steel cage above the ring. So I don't know what actual match that was for. If that happened after this broadcast went off the air or whatnot. But anyway, they counted down for a big woo together, but it really served as a nice cue for the sound folks to start the OC's music after they counted 3, 2, 1. So the OC come out without AJ Styles, just Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Talking some junk, and then the Street Profits come out and challenge them, and Kevin's like, yeah, I'm gonna go sit down and eat some popcorn and watch this match. So the Street Profits defeat the OC, so that was pretty fun. And they had Montez Ford did the old Ric Flair elbow drop to the fictional jacket on the ground. That on all of that was pretty fun. Then we had a fatal four-way tag team championship match for the women's tag team championship. Kabuki Warriors debuted their new theme. This is the first time their new theme has been used on a broadcast, I think. Yeah, because they still had the mashup thing last Monday. I'm pretty sure. But, Kabuki Warriors successfully defended against the teams of Becky and Charlotte, Sasha and Bayley, and Bliss Cross Applesauce. Oscalock to Nikki Cross secured that victory. So it hasn't been, from what I understand, this hasn't been developed, or it hasn't been announced on the shows yet, but it's rumored that it will be Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus the Kabuki Warriors for the women's tag team titles in a TLC match at TLC. So that is another reason, because I had flights booked for NXT this week, NXT next week, and for the other for TLC the following weekend. And I think hearing about that, just that, I feel like that might be the most worthwhile trip of the three. So it's probably a smart idea just not to do any of them, but I feel like TLC is going to be pretty great. I really enjoyed TLC last year, and it'll be a lot of fun again this year, I think. TLC last year, I got to see it with a bunch of Blue Devils friends. This year, however, I don't think I know anybody in Minneapolis who likes wrestling. I do know some people in Minneapolis, but I guess I might shoot them a message, see if they'd be interested in hanging out and going to go and see some wrestling, and maybe they will get hooked as well. But anyway, there's more to talk about the Kabuki Warriors on this week's episode of Raw. I saw some clips of that, but I won't spoil that quite yet. It wasn't for a championship or anything, so that aspect of it isn't at risk of being spoiled in this. But it was announced even before this match took place that Charlotte would be fighting the Kabuki Warriors in a 2-on-1 handicap match. So I'll be talking about that after I actually watch it. I have seen parts of it already. But anyway, then we had the main event, which was supposed to be a last man standing match between Bobby Lashley and Robert Rusev. No, Rusev. But Lana and Bobby come out. Lana says, there's not going to be a last man standing match because there's the restraining order thing. Kevin Owens says, no one cares about your stupid relationship, and there's no way I'm going to let this show end with stupid Lana and Bobby. So you get Kevin Owens versus Lashley. Lashley's about to get disqualified. There's lots of stuff that happened in this match. It was pretty good. We got a stunner, but then Lana distracted the referee, so he was going for the pin. He would have won, but the referee wasn't doing the right part of his job. Bobby Lashley went and grabbed a chair, was about to hit Kevin Owens with it, but Rusev came out from the audience, hit Lashley with some offense. I forget exactly what moves he used. But, Rusev attacks, which instead of Bobby Lashley being disqualified, then Kevin Owens was disqualified in that case, I'm pretty sure. So it was a Bobby Lashley victory, but he got beat up, and there's a kendo stick involved. Rusev caught the kendo stick with his bare hands as it's coming down. It was a whole like samurai like moment, like catching the blade of the sword with his bare hands. It's pretty. I mean, it's not as impressive with a kendo stick because it's just bamboo, but it was still pretty cool. I liked it. and Rusev. Yeah, it's the journey to getting to this point of getting Rusev Day chants again and all of that. Like, totally unnecessary, because we were all about Rusev. What, like 6 months ago, chanting Rusev Day all the freaking time, like for the last year and a half, until the weird stuff happened. Like, we didn't need all this build up to get onto his side. We loved Rusev anyway. A lot of us did. I did anyway, but still do. But the other aspect of it is, so when can it be over? Hopefully, Bobby Lashley gets murdered in a tables match or a chairs match. I guess that could work pretty well. A kendo stick match, just a no holds barred match. Just a match they can do whatever the hell they want. Use kendo sticks, use chairs, use all of that, and then just beat the crap out of each other for like an hour of the TLC pay-per-view, and Rusev come out on top, and as satisfying a conclusion as you could get, I guess. Because this is pretty satisfying, but it wasn't the conclusion of an actual match between the two of them. So, and I guess more happens with them. Oh yeah, more happens on Raw. So I'm sure that's going to lead to even more guys to even more what's going to happen at TLC. But yeah, we'll get to that. By the way, I'm not sure I talked about this. If I did, it would have been the Survivor Series episode, or maybe the Takeover episode. So Takeover is taking place like 2 weeks after Worlds Collide and Royal Rumble. And then like 2 weeks before Worlds Collide and Royal Rumble is NXT TakeOver UK, Blackpool 2, whatever order those words happen in. And then about 4 weeks after TakeOver is Elimination Chamber in Philly, I think. So yeah, it's an interesting schedule. No Raw or SmackDown pay-per-view in February, because the next one is the first week of March. And it's very doubtful that there's going to be another pay-per-view between that one in March and WrestleMania. So it's kind of it's a pretty interesting schedule. I wonder how all that's going to work out. But I was kind of hoping, with takeovers being on separate weekends, being separated from main roster shows, from the other pay-per-views, being its own thing on Sundays also. And the Takeover Blackpool is also on a Sunday. But I was hoping that this could mean that Raw and SmackDown, other than the Big Four, would have their own pay-per-views back into the brand split mode, which would be pretty nice. But I really like that about the first year that I started doing the pay-per-views. I really like those split pay-per-views. Elimination Chamber, I think it was just Raw doing Elimination Chamber that year in Las Vegas, or maybe it might have been SmackDown. And then Fastlane was there, and then Asuka showed up over there. It was so cool, because it was like more surprises. Like, you weren't suspecting certain people to be there. And I thought that added a little bit to it. But anyway, the Starrcade it had stuff from both shows in it. This women's tag team match. I mean, the pay-per-views, that is one thing about the pay-per-views, is that's where the women's tag team titles matches can take place. Primarily because the teams from all the shows could be there. So, but anyway, let me know what you thought about Starrcade 2019. This is a really long episode. For this episode about it is like 25% or 20% of the length of the actual thing. But let me know what you thought. about Starrcade 2019 by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses. And quick shout out to Conrad and Carly Lund, my friends who just had their baby boy. It's super awesome. I heard that they're doing well, and so great news from out there. I'm really happy for them. So yeah, that's it for this episode. I totally got sidetracked by that, but that's okay. I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Goodbye. That was a weird cadence for the end there, but that's it for this episode. Okay.